To make a proper turn, we have to get rid of this wobbling. As you can see, the whole board jumps like this, and that's why it interferes with the sensors too, because the sensors works at a particular distance from the line, and when this thing wobbles, this whole board is like, that's why the distance reduces and the sensor malfunctions. So we need a good wheel. So let's make a wheel, and I'm going to show you how to make that wheel, design it in CAD software. So let's get started. So the first thing you need to do is go to your computer, and you have to search for Fusion 360. And you can find the first link is the official Autodesk Fusion 360 link. So you just have to open it up. So as you can see, the software is actually not free, and that's why you can find various other softwares which are free, which includes 123D design, and also there is something called Tinkercad, in which you can also design some 3D models. But I prefer Fusion 360 because it supports many things beside that. By many things, I mean many things. You can actually simulate your models and much more. I mean, that's pretty cool. So I'm going to show you everything. So just watch the full video. You can get 3 years free for this software if you are a student, as I am a student. So you have to type in Google Fusion 360 for students if you are a student, obviously. So the second link you will get is free software for education, Fusion 360 for something educational. So after clicking here, you will redirect it to here, which is actually again an official Autodesk website. So here we can see available only for use by education institutes or multiple computers and all networks. If you are a student or educator, you get Fusion here. So let me click here. So it will again, I think, no, it's a different page, and I am already signed in, I guess. Yeah. Step to get access to Fusion 360, complete your education profile. What? You have to complete the profile? What the? Okay, let me complete the profile. Oh, it will again log you in. So I already have my credentials put on. So okay, so you have see you can see now you have obtained access to this product. So now the third step is download the software. So let's do that. There you go. And it says thank you for downloading Fusion 360. The download should start anytime now. There we go. It started. It's awesome, isn't it? So it will install actually the installer, and you have to run that installer to download the actual Fusion 360. So there we go. I just have to open it now.
A few inches later.
There we go. You can see Autodesk Fusion 360.
6.5 hours later.
So now it will set it up. Pretty simple, isn't it? Let's wait until it sets it up.
Many months later.
And it will take a while, I guess.
2,000 years later.
There we go. It's booting for the first time. Let's see what it does.
One eternity later.
And I have to again sign in with that email which you signed up earlier with Autodesk. And the password, which I forgot, I guess. Yep. There we go. Now you can see at the top there, I mean in here you can see education license, which is awesome. You are just using this product for free, and this product is awesome. And I will suggest, if you are a student, then only use it as a student.
One eternity later.
The first boot obviously takes some time, so you just have to wait for it to boot up properly.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
Okay, as you can see, it's booted up properly, I guess. So as you can see in here, you are all set with the latest update. So just close it, and this is your plane. You can rotate it however you want. As you can see, you can click home to again normalize it how it was before. So let me tell you some basic things. Okay, as you can see in the left top corner, you have this bar. Okay, so you have data panel, then file, which will include create new design, electronics library, drawing, etc. Then you have the obvious save button, and then undo and redo button. Okay, so I just have to close that for now. And in here, as you can see, you have certain sections. You have design, render, animation, simulation, and manufacture and drawing. I don't know manufacture drawing, I never try them, but I have tried design, render, animation, and simulation. In design, you have to design your actual model, that is the bare bone of your model. And in render, you can just render that and look how and see how it will look like in real life. And then you have these animation fields, which you can do various things, like how you assemble the product, what it is made up of. So you can just show everything using that animation. That is not quite useful in my opinion, and I also don't know how to use it properly, maybe. So I've tried once and the video is like so never mind. And then you have the simulation. Here you can simulate the actual models, like if you are making a propeller or some sort of turbine, you can simulate it in here, like how the air will flow and how the turbine will rotate, where will be the stress points, and etc. It's quite useful and handy, I mean. So the first thing you need to do is just stay on design and create your first sketch. Like, I'm making wheels for my bot, so I need to have the dimensions correctly. Okay, so let me see the dimensions now. So as you can see here, I have the dimensions of the chassis, motor drivers, wheels, etc. So I have a total of 35 of diameter, so I can make a wheel which is 30 millimeters in diameter. So to do that, I need to create a circle first of all, because, well, wheels are circle, isn't it? So just create a new sketch and choose your plane. I will select this plane. There you go. As you can see, it's the top view, as you can see. So, and now I will create a circle, which you can see center diameter circle. So I have to click in here and create a new circle. It's pretty simple. And what's the millimeter I told you? It's 30 millimeters. So you can just type in that 30 to keep it simple. So there we go. Press enter and we have our first circle ready, as you can see. This is our basic circle, which is ready now. And then you have to extrude it. Like, this is now a 2D shape. You have to extrude it to make it 3D. So just have to select it and then hit E on your keyboard like that. And you can hit E, or you can also press right click. I mean, let me show you. Yeah, it just select it and just press right click, and then we can see here extrude. So just to keep this simple, I used to press E on my keyboard to extrude it. You can also do right click and click on extrude. That is the same thing. But shortcuts make life easy, isn't it? So just hit enter for now and then extrude it. As you can see, my PC is freezing because it's heating up like let's turn the fan on. So here's an expert advice. While making anything with obviously the CAD models for your bot or anything, you know what you make will end up after 3D printing, they will end up in your bot. So you have to just double, triple, quadruple check the dimensions, what you need and what you are making. You have to make sure everything okay. So I'll just keep my bot out for once. You can see, and measure it again. So this is the space I have for my wheels, as you can see. This is the space, and now what wheels I have a little bit of extra in here. So I will just measure this space from the motor shaft, because as you can see the motors are not actually centered. As you can see here, it have a little bit extra space, and there it doesn't have quite much space in there. So I have to keep in mind that I don't make bigger wheels than this. That will result in the wheels touching this side, as you can see. uh, I think I should have done a better job in smoothing this out. As you can see, the two spaces are not actually similar. This is quite less and this is quite more. So I think I can fix that. Okay, the current wheels are actually 30 mm, so I can make a little bit bigger than this, I guess so. So I will just change it to 35. To edit a sketch, as I now need a 35 mm wheel and I make a 30 mm diameter, so I need to make changes to it. So you just have to go down here. As you can see, I think you can see in here, you have to just edit it. To edit is just double click, I guess. Yeah, and as you can see here, you have the 30 mm. You have to double click in it to make changes to it. I'll make it 35 and then hit enter. As you can see, we successfully edited our sketch. It's pretty simple. You can learn it. You just have to play with it for one day and you will learn everything. I also learned everything without the help of internet. You have to take help for something in it, but for normal purpose making wheels and stuff, you don't have to worry about anything. Just keep making it. So whatever, as you can see now, we have a 35 mm circle. So now we need to determine the height of it. By height I mean how long the wheel will be. As you can see in here, my current wheels are, oh well, around 3 mm, 30 mm again. Now you have to extrude it again. Hit E in here in your keyboard, select it and hit E. So we'll just put it here as 30. There we go, hit enter. So as you can see, we have our basic shape ready. So you can just rotate it and see whether it looking like looks like a cylinder or not. Obviously it will look like that. Video is already more than 10-15 minutes long, so I'll just want to show you another thing. Just come in render and you can see your cylinder looks like a cylinder now, as you can see. Oh, the shadow is also coming, which is actually cool. So yeah, like that, as you can see, we have our basic cylinder now. And again you go back to design and you can see it's like a frustum. It's not totally looking like a cylinder. As you can see, this is not a cylinder, this is looking like a frustum. What is a frustum, you may ask? This is a frustum, as you can see. What the? Your browser process exists on very quick your active connection, blah, blah, blah. Do you want to try connecting internet? Yeah, obviously, man, I have a working internet connection. What the? So whatever. This is the thing I told you, because this thing actually gave me a huge pain in my head while I was starting working with Fusion 360 before. So you don't need to worry about that. In design, you may have a little, I mean, you may have a little discrepancy in the dimensions. You just have to go to render to see the actual shape. As you can see, this looks pretty cool, isn't it? It's looking like an actual cylinder. For the further making the wheel, I will put this video to again time lapse, because you now can do it you by yourself, as you know how to do it. I just hollow some part, as I don't need a solid cylinder here. So just have to extrude a shape in here for the motor shaft, drill a hole in here, and then cut some shapes in here, as I don't need a solid cylinder. This will make the shape heavy also, and also it will be misuse of the PLA filament, which I don't have a 3D printer yet, but if you are gonna print this, you need PLA or ABS filament to print it. And more the material you have, more the mass, more will be the required filament to print it, and more will be the printing time. Maybe this cylinder without infill, I mean, if you don't fill the cylinder with proper, but still you need some support materials to actually print it, it will take more than 8-10 hours to print, if not more. And with proper infill, I think this shape will take more than 24 hours to print. Hope you have understood what I've shown you, and for future videos like you, just let me know in the comment section down below if you want to see more videos like this. And for the further video, I'll make this a time lapse and make the wheel, and you will, I guess, understand everything now, because you just have to experiment what is all around you. Like, you can make another circle in top and just extrude the whole thing, just cut the shape and whatever you want. And also, you need to save your work before it losts. So to save your work, just have to click in here as save, and this will actually save your project to your cloud. And whenever you install this product onto another machine, you will get access to your previous projects using that cloud. Isn't that cool? So as you can see, I have all my previous projects down in here, which I don't have now in my PC, but it's still stored in the cloud, which is pretty awesome, isn't it? So just have to name it. I will name it new line follower wheel, and okay, new small line follow, there we go. New line follow wheel, whatever you can just place it anywhere. So just hit save in here. As you can see, the name changed to wheel version 0, and each time you save it, the version will increment by 1. And you don't need to rush, you just can think how to design the wheel, I mean how you want the wheel to be, and just make it. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Here comes one of the barriers, or I would say hard parts. As you can see, the shaft, I don't know whether you can see it or not, the shaft is actually slotted. As you can see, it's cut in one direction, and you have to you have to be 100% accurate in designing the wheel, because that wheel will result in this shaft. So I measured this shaft to be around 3 millimeter in diameter, and the slot is around 2 millimeter in diameter. So that's why I designed that according to that. So this can be done in several ways. As you can see in this time lapse, I did this using, I first designed the circle, the actual shaft, and then splitted it according to the slot. I just made a 2 millimeter cord and then just cut that shape out. Okay, so that's how we got a cut slot. So this may have several ways of doing it. I'm showing you my way of doing it, and the basic wheel shape. This can be done in several ways. As you can see, you can experiment by your own. That will be too good, I guess. So just enjoy the time lapse now. So here you can see the wheel is designed and as you can see, it looks pretty good. And I have cut a little slot for the cricket bat grips I mentioned earlier, that I will be use those as my tires because they are great in providing traction and they are cheap too. And this time I did a fancy thing, that is simulation. Actually, you don't need any simulation for this lightweight board because this is not even what should I say, it's not even 500 grams. And I have simulated for the wheels for 10 kilograms. Awesome, isn't it? And as you can see, the stress and displacement simulation, the wheel moves back and forth because of the stress. Obviously it will not move back and forth in real life because we are not putting Even 1 kg, I have simulated it for 10 kilograms. So it's pretty much overkill. Because you already know I like extreme shit. So hope you like this video. In the description you can find the download link of this video. It is in IGS format. You can open it using your Fusion 360 as I've shown you how to download it and get it free for what? If you are a student, you are gonna get it for free. Isn't that cool? Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Thumbs down for the opposite. And if you are not subscribed yet, do subscribe and hit the notification bell icon to get notified about my latest uploads. So in the next video I will show you the build steps, obviously. And as of now, this is Malhar. You are watching Outta Syllabus, and for today I am signing off.